Hello, welcome to Twitch Play episode 7. Joining me, as always, it's Flighty Broad.
Oh my God, hi.
How are you, Flighty?
I've been better, and I've also been worse, so I'm doing okay.
Okay, you're in the middle. In the middle there, as Flighty likes to be. And speaking of in the middle, Dagamar, how are you?
I was okay until I spilt coffee all over my streaming setup.
Yeah, that's not advised. What were you trying to do? Clean it with it, or?
No, I just wasn't paying attention. I just like swiveled my chair and my coffee went all over my keyboard and mouse and everything else. My papers. Everything seems to be okay, except I just had to send my husband out to get a replacement mouse because my scroll wheel isn't working anymore. Yay!
Wow.
Hey.
Do you live near a shop, or have you like sent him on a massive long errand now to like go to the nearest city and buy me a mouse?
I am kind of I am living out in the middle of nowhere, but the Target's not too far away. It's only like a 15-minute drive.
So. All right, well, send him out. I remember when my mouse actually broke when I was playing. Well, I was playing PUBG and it kept like double clicking, which is really not useful at all.
Oh,
so
no.
Had Amazon Prime, living in Barcelona, ordered it, and within like an hour and a half, it was they were at the door with a new mouse. Like during the stream, it came. It's so good.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Hello to everyone in the chat. I am incredibly hungover. The room is spinning right now. So this is interesting.
Sweetie.
I woke up about 3 o'clock and thought, oh, I got a podcast in 3 hours. I'll be fine. And then, you know, when you think, oh, I'm really hungover, I'm going to eat loads. And then you have like 3 mouthfuls and go, oh, no, I can't eat much more than that. Yeah, it's like that. But plenty of water here. Plenty of water.
Hydrate.
Yes. Oh, never.
Such a lush.
Never have beer and tequila and gin.
Oh God.
No
wonder you're not feeling so great.
That's like a cocktail. We call that the Jack around here.
Is it the Jack? Is it?
That's just what I have, you know, in the mornings on Friday.
Is it called the Jack because it gets you up? Get it?
Yes.
Well.
Oh.
Now digging Mars hard.
Yeah.
What
What do you mean now? Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm Biggest Bennett. I didn't even say that. That's how kind of my brain is right now. And this is Twitch Play. It's the first Twitch Play in about 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah, we had
It's been about a month. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had a cancellation last time, unfortunately. And nobody wants to just hear me and Flighty talk. So there you go.
I don't know about all that now. Don't get crazy. See, you know how I know you're hungover? It's because you're not using any of those stupid sound effects right now.
I would. I hope you're not daring me. Oh. I got some new sound effects as well.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. I got. This is my favorite.
Morning, vendors.
There you go. See if any English people recognize that one. And a bit of.
How very dare you!
It's great. So I asked in the chat for some questions, and we were inundated with crap. No offense, guys, but if you get any good questions about Twitch, not necessarily about like.
Feels bad, man.
This is not an Aretha Franklin podcast. We don't care about Aretha Franklin.
Excuse you?
Well, like,
I will come over there. I will be there in 8 hours to whoop your ass.
I mean, she was amazing. But there are other podcasts that are more suitable for discussing Aretha Franklin.
We can do, you know, we can do some kind of interweaving thing. I can. Give me like 10 minutes. I'll work it out.
Yeah, you get Aretha Franklin and Twitch. So what's the link there?
I got this.
I'm a cranky host, says Darling. Yeah, who's Aretha?
Yeah, maybe like a granddaughter that plays on Twitch. I don't know.
Yeah.
there's a tenuous link there somewhere, I'm sure.
Use the internet.
Yeah, use the old interwebs. But anyway, yeah, how have you been, Flighty? What have you been up to?
Oh Jesus. Hang on. I finished a game.
Oh.
Called Maze about a month. No, less than that. A few weeks ago. It's a game about sentient corn, and I loved every fucking second of that game. It was so good.
It's great, isn't it? It was so good.
Sentient corn. Okay.
And I
Do you remember
started.
the name?
I started doing a review video of it, and it should be up in about a week or so.
Nice.
So awesome.
I'll have to check that out. Have you done many other ones? Because I thought you did you do quite a few videos.
I've been uploading my my VODs to YouTube quite a bit. And I have so many papers on my desk right now, as far as research goes for doing other videos. But that one is like, it's a little bite-sized piece that I've been working on for 3 weeks. That should give you an idea of how long it takes me to put shit together.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like me. I'm the same. Spend ages and ages making that stuff. What about sorry?
Gotta make it perfect.
Yeah. So what is this game? What's it about? Do tell.
Sentient corn. That's literally like, I can't tell you anymore without you have to experience it.
Is it what kind of game is it though? Is it a racer?
No, a race. Yes, absolutely. I really hate the term walking simulator. I feel like it oversimplifies things, but
It's way more than that.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like a puzzle game. It's an excellent like story game. You walk. I mean,
Can we talk about the bear?
Oh my God, Vladdy.
Oh my God, it's the cutest thing ever. He's like my favorite character. Yes.
he's like a Russian. I don't know if anybody here remembers Teddy Ruxpin, but he's a Russian Teddy Ruxpin. Just look him up, find a commercial on YouTube, and prepare to be horrified.
Yeah, I don't like walking simulator. I prefer stroll playing games.
I love it. I love it. It's definitely a stroll playing game.
I like it. They're my favorite ones.
There's so much to do in the game, though. It's not just walking around. It's not like, oh gosh, what's it called? It's not like the old lady that walks around the graveyard. It's not like that one. It's not like the other one where you're like exploring the island. I can't remember the name of any of these games.
Dear Esther?
Yes, Dear Esther.
Right,
It's not
Dear
like
Esther
that.
And
this is
Judith Finch.
Edith
something.
Finch, yeah.
Yeah, Edith Finch. Yeah, this is more like a proper game, but there is a lot of walking and exploring and trying to learn the story about what's happening. So,
I am arguing in my review video that Maze is actually a perfect game. From an objective point of view, which is, I know, kind of impossible and ridiculous to argue, but it is so tightly written, and it's a really nonsensical game, but everything makes sense within the nonsense, which speaks to the talent of the crew that worked on it. And it was also done by a bunch of industry professionals who just like made a studio real quick to like put out this game about sentient corn, which I think is really awesome, because they just needed a break from AAA titles that they were working on, so that's what they came up with.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it on Steam. Yeah. It looks pretty awesome.
It's not a very long game either.
Yeah, no. If you don't explore every single nook and cranny like I do, you can get it done in like 3-4 hours, maybe.
Looks awesome. I'm gonna have to. Well, there's just so many games out right now. I'm gonna have to. If it's only like 2 or 3 hours, then maybe I will do sometime. Any other games, Flighty?
I've been working my way through Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And those games hold up really, really well. We determined on stream that they are 14 years old. Holy shit.
Wow.
I was just starting college when they came out, so but man, the story holds up, the gameplay holds up, the graphics, I mean, they are what they are. But I feel like a good story and gameplay can kind of get you through that. So
I've never. My brother keeps pestering me to play it, and it's like something I've got it, but never got played through it. But you say it holds up.
It really does. But also, like, if I feel like maybe if you didn't get on the Half-Life train, you know, don't do it just because someone tells you to.
Mm.
Do it because you want to. You know.
I like that with all games, really. You know, it's kind of.
Yeah.
I'll never force myself to play a game, which is why I always change games.
We know.
I know.
That's actually one of my favorite things. That's one of the reasons why I kept coming back to you, is because you would always be playing something different every time.
What's he playing today? Oh, he's playing. Yeah, but things I always start like really long 100-hour games, play maybe 10 hours of it, and go, yeah, I'm gonna move on to something different. I'll come back to it.
Here.
And then you come back.
It's like a nice little sampler. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
And then I come back to it and go, I can't remember anything about this game. I'm gonna have to start it again. And then I get to the same point again, and after 10 hours, and go, I'll go and change around. Which
It's
is
like
what's happened.
Groundhog Day for video games.
Yeah, Persona 5. I've played the first 10 hours maybe 3 or 4 times now.
That's great.
I've decided that
Alright.
the Persona 5 is a bad game to stream. You get some like new people in. You get some. It's quite cool that people come in who don't normally, who like just find your stream because they're looking for Persona and they're having they're really into it and they're enjoying it. But the amount of people that go, hey, what's this game about? And you go, well, okay. What's the story so far?
Try explaining that in
Yeah.
like a little 30-second recap. I don't think
God.
so.
No, every 10
Like-
minutes.
That's something that kind of bothers me. I love my viewers, but when I'm like 30 hours deep into a game and somebody comes up into the chat and is like, "What's this about?" Like, look it up.
Yeah. What's the story so far? So far.
You know what? That could be you could turn that into a fun community thing though. Like have a community like managed short description of like what's happened so far in the story of the game that you're playing, like a summary.
Yeah.
And then they just copy paste every time somebody asks that question.
There's a good story like recap on Persona in the settings. It might be cool, like, you know, every hour or so going through there, or every 2 hours going through there, so that the chat can catch up on what there is, and then they know when it is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Could
That's
work.
Cool.
But anyway, I've actually put Persona 5 on the shelf for a little bit.
That's
until
fair.
the next 10-hour stint of it, the beginning again.
Well, this time I'm on normal mode, and I've played this part so many times. It's like I know this part of the story very well, so now I need to go and I think it's the second palace I need to finish. I'm something like 20 hours into it. It's recap command, says Dalek. That would be a good idea. Just need to get some people in the chat onto it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you could like make that into like a game of telephone, where you tell one person verbally what it's about, and then you have them recap what it is in the chat until eventually it just becomes so far and away from what you're playing.
Yeah.
That would be great.
But yeah, Persona, how to explain Persona to someone. It's like, well, yeah, you're a school kid that kind of... There's lots of sexual harassment and sexual assault in that game. Because I was describing, I was like, well, you're a person who's sent to school because you sent to this different school because you stopped a man sexually abusing a woman, assaulting a woman, and then there's a guy who's sexually abusing and just generally abusing pretty much everybody in the school, and you've got to then make him have a change of heart by going into the demon world, and then you've got to go in there and you've got to kill some other demons, and then you have to steal his treasure, which you have to send a card for to get, and then you and that's just the
Like
first
Saturday night.
that's just the first 5 hours or so.
And by that time in the description, like the new viewer that asked the question originally, like their eyes are
They're
just
gone.
like glossed over. Yeah.
They left.
This is confusing, which is one
We're
reason
going to
why
watch a PUBG player.
yeah, it's
But,
one
you
of
know,
the reasons why I'm
I was
sorry.
just gonna say that's a fair point. Then the whole sexual harassment thing and sexual assault thing is like it doesn't end there. Like it actually, now that I think about it, it's a pretty common theme throughout the whole game.
Yeah, it definitely
Like
does.
it's not the only thing, but there's a lot of it. It's strange.
Yeah, especially for a game about school children. It's a bit.
A bit
Oh,
much.
Japan.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but
Japan.
Flighty said it. So
I was like, should I go there? And then Flighty just went ahead and went there.
Listen,
Oh my God.
Listen.
play the Yakuza
They,
games.
they wear it on their sleeves. Like you can't wear it on your sleeve and not expect me to say something about it.
Yeah, a crazy
Fair
JRPG,
point.
says Dalek. Pretty much. Have you played Yakuza?
I haven't. I've seen
Oh.
you play a little bit of it.
So good. Yeah, at one
you,
point.
you are hyped.
I love Yakuza, but yeah, there's one point where you're, and this is not the weirdest side mission in the game, but there's one point where you have to teach a dominatrix to be dominating because she's very shy and timid. And then you're in a school playground. You're in a school playground while she's in her full dominatrix gear, and a child comes up and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you have to tell the dominatrix to be strict to that child and tell that child to go away.
Okay, now I'm.
There are better ways. Teaching people how to dom.
And also, yeah, exactly.
I can think of 40 right now.
Another side mission is you find this boy who's scared that his girlfriend is like schoolboy, and he's scared his girlfriend is cheating on him, and he's a bit weird. It's like, oh, why do you think that? You know, you need to trust him. You need to trust her. And then you end up tailing the girl, and you find that she's been selling her used underwear to like businessmen, and you have to persuade her to stop it.
No, why would you listen? That is a very lucrative business.
The schoolgirls.
If you listen,
How enterprising of them.
make that paper.
Yeah. Well,
That,
not if you're a schoolgirl.
The game. I mean, if that's like, okay, that game sounds weird enough for me to stream.
Oh yeah.
Did
Were you there when I was playing? This was Yakuza 6, and you go into an internet cafe, and there's a woman like stripping as you're bashing the buttons, which is not a euphemism.
I loved that clip of you. I loved it so much.
I was so uncomfortable.
It was like watching a 14-year-old who had never seen boobs before.
I didn't know where she was gonna stop. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get banned for this. She's taking more and more off. Oh, I'm trying to think. There was another there's one where there was a boy who was about 7 or 8, and he went with his mum to wherever in Tokyo you were, and well, you see him on his own. He's like, oh, I've ran away from home. It's like, why? Oh, well, my mum wouldn't buy me something from the magic vending machine with all the pretty lights. And then you find out that it's a porno, like a porno vending machine. And the mission is you have to sneak around all the disapproving mothers to go and buy a porno. And if you get spotted by one, you get so ashamed that you have to start from the beginning again.
Oh my god.
Oh.
What were these people smoking when they made this game?
I don't know, but they've made 6 of them.
I need
7.
a bag of that shit right now.
Oh.
Great.
Yeah, I really want to. Yeah, that's what Demi says. And there's a quest where you just randomly walk up to a small girl in the street, but then she ends up calling you daddy. Yeah, because you keep getting her some toys from the grabby machine. And then she starts calling you daddy. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That in itself is innocent enough, but that's the thing that we've talked about today that makes me the most nervous. I do not need a small child I don't know making me their parental figure.
Yeah. And it's a really good story. That. It's a really interesting story as well. Like one of the most gripping, and you'd expect it in some kind of convoluted Yakuza style movie. You know, you wouldn't in a game that's pretty much it's a beat 'em up game. So you're just walking around. Obviously, you have to resolve everything by just beating people up. And that's
just like real life.
Yeah, that's fun, but the story and the weird side quests and things like that's the reason. And I would kill for either of you to play it. And also, Yakuza 0 just got released on Steam and is getting good reviews. So
that's not the one you were playing, right?
I was playing 6, the one with I played Yakuza 6, but I think that's eventually going to come to PC. But Yakuza 0 is like the prologue or the prequel. Okay. It's a really good base. And then I think they're wanting to release all of them eventually. So and I don't know if they're remastering some. They've remastered 1 and 2. It's weird because, Yakuza 0 had, like Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of the first one. They're in the same kind of engine. But then Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is a remix of number 2, and 6, which just came out, is in their brand new engine, which runs really well. But they're just so much fun and weird.
As long as they're, you know what, as far as like beat 'em up games go, that can get real old real fast. So I appreciate that they like try to make, liven it up in there a little bit. They could probably have done that a little. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. those were very important.
Yeah, Yakuza 6 is weird. I think there's another side mission where that weird guy from like the cult, the They made a documentary about it, Wild Wild Country. I don't know if you've seen it on Netflix. About
I was gonna say my dad.
It's like
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
But Shura Pipi, and they always have to go Shura Pipi, and it's all like there's a cult in there, and you have to infiltrate this cult and find out that it's not real, and you know that they're all supporting a phony. It's great. Go and play it. And Neuroxin says, so in Yakuza 0, the dominatrix in the schoolyard is still just a young sub learning. Yeah, although at one point when you finally finish that mission by hiding in a wardrobe while she dominates some businessman, and then I think you fall out or something, or
is that like one of those things where like she has an earpiece on and he's like trying to tell her what to say?
I can't remember, but maybe. That wouldn't have surprised me. I can't remember. It was a while ago when I got to that part, but definitely.
Tell him he's a pig.
So, I mean, Flag, have you played any other games?
Shit. Hang on. Yes is the answer.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. I've actually been playing a lot of multiplayer games lately because I have a backlog of like 5 of them. I've been kind of crawling my way through Destiny 2.
Ooh.
I'll get up to your level in maybe 500 years.
To be honest, when the expansion drops, you'll be leveling up quickly anytime.
Okay. I've also been playing a lot of Warframe with Person of Interest and Monster Hunter World, of course.
How are you enjoying that?
I like it a lot. I really, really wish they would get their multiplayer shit together,
Oh,
though.
God,
Like,
it's so bad.
what like that's 80% of why I wanted to play the game was so I could go hunt monsters with my pals, you know?
Yeah. I would say that the good thing about that is that, like, now I've taken a little break from Monster Hunter because I've got to high rank, so I'm just going to wait for other people to get there. Like, that comes at Hunter rank level 11, I think, so you can kind of work out where you are on how close you are to that. But yeah, once you've got high rank, it's a bit weird, but you don't need to watch. I don't think you need to watch any of those cutscenes because you're mainly just farming and you're going out hunting monsters.
And I like that. I really love going around and disrupting ecosystems. But you know, I want to do it with friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's always more fun with friends.
By the way, sorry, I keep having to put myself on mute because my dog is going crazy. So sorry if you hear barks, if you hear borks in the background, that's what's going on.
Mine's fast asleep. He's tired. Kinsera says, noob question, who's the cute quiet one? Oh, that's Flighty Broad, that one.
I asked, there's a quiet one here?
Have you ever been called quiet? But yeah, Monster Hunter runs really well, doesn't it? Do you find it runs really well for you, Flighty?
Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm really surprised. I actually have one previous experience with Monster Hunter, like a Monster Hunter multiplayer.
Yeah.
It was with a girlfriend that I had many years ago, like 6-7 years ago. It was when they didn't have any like good multiplayer experiences with Monster Hunter here in the States. So I had to VPN to like a Japanese version.
Wow.
And it was the most awkward experience. Because my girlfriend wanted me to play with her and her pals so badly, but I was like, I can't read anything. I can't understand anything. Okay, I have this sword, awesome, but how do I use it? Because you have all these button prompts. It was awful. So I'm really glad that I have this new Monster Hunter experience to kind of ease me out of that awful experience. Also, palicos are the best. Why was I not told about them?
Yeah.
I'm blaming literally everybody present for not telling me about palicos.
They're amazing. I used to use the hammer, but I switched to the dual blades because the hammer was just frustrating me. And I was getting to the point where I was like, this game's not fun. I'm missing like half my shots with this stupid hammer. And but like so many times, because it takes so long to hit, you'll swing it round and the monster will move and your palico will just stand in the way and you bonk it on the head. And it goes like...
It's so sad when you hit them.
Yeah.
They're just like, why?
Why did you smack that hammer on my head?
You know, I have managed to still not play any of the Monster Hunter games, including Monster Hunter World. Like I have not even touched it, which is funny because I play Final Fantasy 14 and they did that whole crossover thing,
Yeah.
right? And
right.
I swear to God, my entire free company, our guild in Final Fantasy 14, they might as well not even be a Final Fantasy guild anymore. They are like a Monster Hunter World guild now. Because
Wow.
like
okay.
nobody's playing Final Fantasy 14 anymore. All the time I see them in the Monster Hunter World channel chatting away. I'm just like, just disband the free company.
Screw you
Just
guys. Screw you guys.
I'm over here playing all by my lonesome in the MMO.
Oh, I really. Oh, every now and again, I think, oh, I'm gonna go back into Final Fantasy 14, and then I end up not. But I am kind of tempted to again.
I've been thinking real hard about it. I have a black mage who needs better clothes, fashion fantasy.
The problem with Final Fantasy, I forget all the the way you play it. Like I've forgotten all the moves I need to be using, and pretty much all my characters have about 100 different actions now, so or traits or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I've totally forgotten everything. It'd be great if you could kind of reset a class. I would love to just reset a class and then play through it again, like as they give you like, you know, start from level 1 again, and then just let them give you one by one.
You can kind of do that. You could queue up for the lower level dungeons and it'll level sync you and you'll only have those abilities. And then you could like increasingly queue up for higher level dungeons. And then that way you can like relearn that way.
That's true.
That's what I do whenever I dip back in, because like I don't like I'm not even that high level. I can't remember all 8 commands. So I have to like ease back in there.
Matisner, yeah, actually, I was although I'm a bard, and bards are great because they don't really do anything. You can just stand at the back and keep out of the way of the. Yeah, I like just standing at the back, you know, shooting the odd thing, make sure I don't get hit by any attacks, and
drinking.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever fought Titan. I got knocked like off the area where you get killed within like.
You were that guy.
I was that guy. But I remember fighting. I remember facing Titan like the 10 times afterwards. Never once fell, and I like a few times I was like, how do you even fall? Oh, there's like if you stand really.
No, I mean it's easy for a new person to fall. Like it's so easy. Like they don't really warn you adequately, I don't think, about like what is gonna happen if you don't like do it exactly, you know. So it's
the one with the what's the one with the wind? The one that
Garuda.
Yeah, Garuda, one that. Oh my god, that took a while with the stacks, and I'm really getting back. I'm in the mood for Final Fantasy again. I know.
See, my thing is like I only have enough time in my life for one MMO.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I barely have time for that. Like I play Final Fantasy 14 at this point like once a week, and it's not nearly enough to get everything done, right? And like I have people asking, you know, oh, are you gonna play WoW with the new expansion coming out? And just like, I mean, I would like to, but that's a huge time commitment. Like any MMO, is a huge time commitment, you know.
Yeah.
Matisner in the chat says you're going back into WoW. We had this talk. I know. I've even downloaded WoW, but there's no part of me that's thinking I really want to play WoW. I never played WoW. I've played 10. I got to level 10 maybe about 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. Wow.
No pun intended.
That's right. We're talking. I like it. Keeps letting people know what game we're talking about.
I played WoW in beta.
Wow.
Like way back in the day, like 2003, I think. And yeah, and then I played all the way through until Cataclysm came out, and I kind of lost interest. And then like I'd pick it up every once in a while. Like I picked it up for Wrath of the Lich King, for Warlords of Draenor. I'm like, holy shit, this is a steaming pile of shit, and I dropped it again. Yeah. And then I heard that Legion was pretty good, but I never got back into it. And it's one of those things where I tried to get Snowlush to play it. I tried to get my husband to get into it, but he couldn't. He got really into Final Fantasy 14 though, and so that's like our game to play together. And that's another thing. You know, if you have a partner that plays an MMO that wants to play with you, then like you're kind of stuck.
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna be playing.
That's the one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, you got married, didn't you? Unfortunately, my subscription ran out, so I couldn't come to your wedding. Did you have a nice wedding?
It was a nice wedding. It went flawlessly, except it's funny, the gloves that they provide for you for the wedding outfit apparently will hide the ring whenever it gets put on you in the cutscene, which is stupid. But it was hilarious because I wasn't wearing the gloves, and then like the ring showed up on my character's finger, and then Snowlush was wearing the gloves, and then there's like no ring, and everyone was just like, no. And I'm sure my chat would want me to point out that so Square Enix has this way of asking who's the girl, which is hilarious because it's so like old-fashioned, and it's kind of like it's very it's quaint. Yeah, it's quaint. All right, I'll put it that way. But they basically ask by asking who's gonna hold the bouquet.
Oh, okay.
So we're like, can neither of us hold the bouquet? They're like, no, one of you has to hold the bouquet. I was like, okay, fine, I'll hold the freaking bouquet.
Or are we not cussing anymore here?
Oh, I don't know.
You can fuck. I mean, you can fuck, but no, not you can't fuck, but you can say fuck.
I'm on board.
That'll get me banned.
I have to be careful when I'm in other people's streams because sometimes I like I just cuss like a sailor on my stream, so I have like no filter, right? But then like I have to sometimes remember to turn on the filter, and I don't always keep track of like where I can cuss and where I can't. So
no, I have no filter.
Miko2 Prime has a question.
Yeah, I've added that to the question loot. Oh, that is growling out. Yeah, Dagan, what games have you been playing?
Oh boy. So before what I'm playing now, I played South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Which was actually a pretty good game. I can't decide if I liked that one better than The Stick of Truth or not. But it was super, like there were moments where I was extraordinarily uncomfortable as a streamer. Like there were parts where like you are little boys dressed up as little girls in a nightclub grinding on full-grown men. And I was like, I don't know if I'm all about this.
There's a lot of layers happening. Right? I really don't want to unpack the stream.
No. Yeah, and there is a lot of other stuff too. But it was really good. We had a lot of fun with it. Like there was like rainbow vagina juice.
Oh,
there's
the doctors if you have that.
There's all sorts of lovely things in that game, but it was a pretty short game. It only lasted us like maybe 2 weeks, I think, playing it. And then right now I'm playing Fallout 4, which I beat back when it came out a few years ago, but I hadn't played any of the DLC and I had never played it on stream. So I've been playing, that's what I'm playing right now. I'm almost at the end of the main story, and then I got sidetracked, and now we're off doing the Far Harbor DLC, and then we're going to do the Nuka-Cola DLC after that. So that's probably going to last us a few more weeks. And then next up, I have Persona 5 New Game Plus. We beat Persona 5 last year. And
all last year, was it?
Yeah, I had, yeah. Oh, I don't know, but I put like 90 or like somewhere between 90 and 96 hours into it.
Wow.
It was a lot.
That's
I think
JRPG.
Yeah. It'll go faster probably in New Game Plus because we'll be a little bit OP. But it was good. I have some viewers that want to watch me do the New Game Plus, and I would like to revisit it. I think you're right, though, Big Ben. I don't think it's a great game for streaming. There's a lot of like grindy stuff that, at some points of the game, I guess. But I don't know if that applies to New Game Plus. But when you're doing it fresh starting, sometimes you have to grind a little bit in the I forget what you call it.
Mementos.
The subway. Mementos, yes. And I don't know, but the viewership isn't great either. Like the number of new people that come into your stream when you're playing that game is not too high, especially these days. But we're gonna do it anyway. I might grind a lot like off streams just to kind of get through the playthrough a little bit faster. I don't want to do a whole like month of it again, like I did, last time we did this.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
we're
'cause-
also doing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's tonight, isn't it?
It is. It is. Right after this, we do Dungeons and Dragons on Sundays. We missed the past 2 weeks because last weekend I was traveling, and the weekend before that I had 2 players with some things going on in their lives where they wouldn't be able to make it. So, Menace says, if you hadn't played Persona 5, you wouldn't have had me around. Ouch. Did you find me, Menace, in the Persona 5 stream? I don't think so. I think you found me way before that. I think you found me in Final Fantasy 14. Anyway. Oh, and that's another subject I want to talk about later. Are we going to talk about the communities thing?
Yeah, that's definitely on the list.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Because I have opinions about that.
Oh.
But so after D&D, when my buddy's available, we've also been doing a co-op playthrough of Divinity: Original Sin.
Mm.
So that I've been a total asshole through the playthrough, and he's been like somewhat nice, sometimes doesn't give a fuck, and it's made for some interesting storytelling so far. We're just basically making a mess of anything that we touch. It's pretty hilarious.
I like that game. And I had like Divinity Original Sin 2 I was playing, and I got a friend who wanted to join me for like a co-op, but I don't know, it just seems, and everyone says it's really good co-op, but it's just like a rich story game. I couldn't, like the first time playing through that, I couldn't do it co-op. I'd have to be, because I just want to read everything, I want to talk to everybody. It's just such a rich game.
I have a very patient friend.
Yeah.
I read everything. We talk to everybody, and he patiently sits there. And I don't know about the second one because we haven't gotten there yet. But the first one is kind of nice because they let the person that's in co-op participate, right? Like they had, like you do a dialogue choice, and then they can do a dialogue choice. And if there's any disagreement between you two, it starts like this disagreement mini game thing where it's like rock, paper, scissors, and you determine the outcome that way. It's pretty neat. I like the way they did it.
That sounds really cool.
I think it's similar in Persona 2. I can't remember exactly, but I remember like if I am right in thinking that if it's just like minor characters and it's not a main cutscene or a main person you're speaking to, like you'll miss, like you'll speak to one of them and then your partner might be speaking to somebody else, and you won't see what your partner's saying or what they're talking about. That's why I like to. That's why I like to go around and chat to absolutely everybody. But yeah, maybe a co-op one would be okay if you're communicating well with your the partner you're with. It's a really good game though, the second one. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, the second one allows more than 2 people. I'm thinking when we get to the second one, we're gonna have a 4-player co-op, and it's gonna be ridiculous.
On PC?
Yep, PC.
Oh, give me a shout if you're looking for anyone else.
Yeah, it'd probably be kind of late for you, but yeah, if you're willing to stay up that late on a Sunday night.
Well, to be honest, I work late on Mondays.
Yeah, there you go. All right, yeah, we'll see how that works out, the schedule wise. Yeah.
Any other games then, Dagan?
I have my backlog already like filled up well into 2019. One of my viewers introduced me to this series called Dragon Quest. And Dragon Quest 11 is coming out later this year, and so we're definitely gonna be playing that. But then I went a little bit crazy and I bought Dragon Quest 4 through 9 as well.
Have you got Builders?
Have I got what?
Dragon Quest Builders?
No, I did not.
Oh, I heard that's really good actually.
No, so we're gonna be playing. So I'm gonna do 11 first, and then we're gonna be doing a series playthrough. But I'm gonna be doing doing like something in between them because I cannot do like that many JRPGs back to back. I would literally probably jump off a bridge. So we're gonna do like Dragon Quest 4 and then like another game, and then Dragon Quest 5 and then some other game, kind of break it up a little bit. But I am gonna be playing through the whole series, and I managed to get my hands on a mint condition Dragon Quest 6 for the DS, which is like super rare.
Ooh.
It was also really pricey, so I got another like just cartridge of it that was not so pricey. But yeah, no, I have all the games. They're we're gonna be playing them on my 3DS with the capture card.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be fun.
I'd love to get my capture card for my 3DS because I don't actually ever play the 3DS, so it might give me a bit of a reason to play it if I can stream it at the same time.
I don't think it's worth.
No,
I didn't know because well, my 3DS XL with the capture card, like you have to custom order them. They come from Japan,
oh yeah.
and it was $600.
Oof.
Whoa, I
Yeah,
hope-
$600, and and if you combine that with the fact that I think that the 3DS is very close to the end of its lifespan,
yeah.
they're starting to phase it out for Switch in favor of Switch. So I think a lot of new titles, there's not going to be a lot of new titles for 3DS. So I don't think it would be worth it to get it at this point.
Hopefully they'll have some way of playing like 3DS games on the Switch or like some back catalog. That's starting soon, isn't it? Next month. Yeah, next month, middle of next month, I think, is the launch of Nintendo Online.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll find some extra stuff.
Yeah, I heard that. So, Virtual Console is not going to be a thing on the Switch, but they're going to have like a couple ports. I don't know. I would like to have seen them do like another Virtual Console and have be able to take your library from the 3DS Virtual Console or whatever over.
I think it's not.
Wii
it's not going to be called Virtual Console. I think it's going to be called something else. So when they launch the online thing, you're going to be able to have access to loads of NES games, but it's going to be like Netflix, I think, where you can just play them.
Yeah, but you're going to have to. Oh, okay. Okay, I was about to say they're probably going to make you repurchase them because you've already purchased like the stuff on Virtual Console, right? Well, now you're going to have to.
Oh yeah, I don't think those games will come anytime soon, but somebody said that there was like there's a GameCube emulator on the Switch, or there's something like that where you'll be able to, or somebody got a patent for it. I don't know, but yeah, they were thinking that okay, they'll start with NES games, then bring out some SNES ones and work its way up.
It just seems like Nintendo needs to get on the ball more because you have this issue where all right, Android. Right, there are so many emulators for Android for classic titles, and like, okay, a lot of people have Android phones or Android tablets, which would be even better for games, right? Why, like, you could No, I'm not gonna advocate for any illegal activity here, but theoretically, if you owned the game and you maybe went into the legal gray area of having ROMs, you could play anything you want on the go, right? Already. You know, and so Nintendo needs to offer the same ability, but through much more legal, not so gray area means, in order to be able to, I mean, it's a huge missed opportunity for them, I think.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because if people are illegally downloading your stuff, they either hate you and want to play your game, or definitely in the case of Nintendo, people love your shit so much that they want to keep playing it.
They need to look at Spotify. Look what's happened. There's Spotify and maybe Netflix to a point, but like downloads of music just doesn't really exist anymore. They said that the music piracy has just pretty much disappeared because of things like Spotify. Because it was all about ease of use. Are you gonna load up Spotify, maybe listen to a 30-second advert, but hear that song? Or are you gonna maybe pay, like I've paid for Spotify ever since it was released in the UK, so over 10 years ago. But like, it's difficult now to download music. If you want to listen to the latest album, okay, yeah, you can go and listen to it on Spotify with very few adverts, maybe once every 3 songs. Or are you going to download? You're going to go and find a ROM site where it pops up boobs all the time. Pirate Bay that I go on, Jesus Christ. Cannot open that in work. And it's just like, ease of use.
Yeah, I mean, and Nintendo was in the news in the past couple of weeks, wasn't it, for going after the ROM sites and just completely shutting them down.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Oh yeah.
All of them. No one is hosting Nintendo ROMs anymore. They threatened to sue them into oblivion.
Damn.
And I think that was a bad move on Nintendo's part because yes, those ROM sites were providing illegal copies of Nintendo's intellectual property, but as Flighty said, those were Nintendo enthusiasts that were downloading those games. Those were not people that hated Nintendo and like downloading. Like, where are you gonna go buy a legal copy of like, I don't know, Super Mario 3, on on a modern system, right?
Yeah.
You can't do it on Switch right now, can you? No. I mean, I don't know. It's just I think that was the wrong move for Nintendo. I think Nintendo would have been better served leaving its most loyal fan base alone and offering means to get its games legally.
Do you think it's
So,
like maybe it's like a copyright thing where they have to go after them, otherwise they lose?
I doubt it
Some
because
kind of-
I mean, yes, that's a good point, but also these ROM sites have been in existence for over a decade at this point, and they've never said anything to them.
Doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's not even money because like if you want a copy of Ice Climbers or Mario 3 or something, you're not gonna buy them new. Like Nintendo's not gonna make any money. The only chance of finding maybe is on eBay or in a game shop like second hand. So it doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah,
I'm wondering.
Sorry,
I'm wondering if they're making this big move because it seems to be really sudden that they're doing this. I'm wondering if they're doing it for business reasons, if they are planning on making their own emulation software or releasing things on different consoles. Because I can't imagine why they would, because they haven't done anything about it until now, and then suddenly they get a wild hair up their ass to violate their most dedicated fan base, So
I think that's probably what's happening with the NES stuff that's coming out with Nintendo Online. They want people to go and pay for that Nintendo Online and get access to those. I mean, it sounds really cool. They're putting like online leaderboards and it's like some co-op things into like really old NES games, which sounds kind of interesting how they do that.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. But anyway,
get it together, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I don't think what games I've been playing. I played Dead Cells. I love Dead Cells. It's
you've been hyping it up. I played a little bit of Dead Cells, but you have been convincing me to get back into it with all of the hype that you've been generating for it.
So much fun. I just love how so it's a roguelike, I think they call it Metroidvania side scrolling, but it's a randomly generated like they have randomly generated levels, obviously with the same theme, but you like no two runs are ever the same, I'm guessing, or I don't know how many runs you have to do to actually get that. But yeah, so you just have to go from point A to point B, and when you die, you start right at the very beginning of the game. Okay, it's not like even at the beginning of the level. Nope, you go right to the beginning.
Right. Yep.
And as you're killing monsters, they're dropping these things called cells. That every single time I stream it, I call it souls because it's a bit like that you have to. And at the end of every level, you can bank those cells into certain like permanent upgrades or weapon unlocks. So if you unlock, so as you're going around and killing monsters, they'll drop these cells, but they'll also drop some weapons. Or they might drop blueprints, and if they drop blueprints at the end of the level, you can actually bank those cells to try and unlock this weapon that would then drop. At the moment, I've been focusing on getting like health flasks because you can use your health flask like 2 or 3 times. I don't know how far it goes up to, but I'm currently trying to get it a 3rd time. Also, your starting weapon, before it was just like a regular bow or a regular melee weapon, I've made it so that it changes it, and so like it gives you a random starting weapon, so you could start off with a really good one. Because that's the main thing is you're gonna have lucky runs and you're gonna have unlucky runs. I've got to, I think you call it the clock tower. It's I think it's the last level before the last 2 bosses or something. Just because I got this amazing turret. So every time I found an enemy, I was just throwing my turret and just letting the turret kill the people and then moving on. So I was able to play it. But like so obviously that run was quite slow, and it was totally different to how I'd play it if I just had a good bow, or if I had a really powerful melee weapon that caused bleeding to enemies. And it's just like you can see all the other things that you've unlocked right at the beginning. There's like these jars, and you see the unlocks. And I'm just having loads of fun. It's one of those games that you think, 20 minutes, I'll just go and have a run, just go and play it and see what it's like. I really, really recommend it. It's so good.
Yeah, it looks like you've been having a lot of fun with it.
It's perfect
that
Switch
seems to
game.
be like
well.
a really good like Ben type game. Is that it needs to be like full and
Short.
rich, but you need to be able to like dip in and out
Yep.
as you need.
Exactly.
Are we still talking about a video game or?
Nope.
That's me. Dipping and out.
Definitely talking about Ben's cock right now.
Nice and short.
Oh my god.
Just dip it in every now and again.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Keep me happy.
Leave the money on the dresser.
Come back to it later. But it looks beautiful. And there's a few frame rate issues. Like every 3 runs, I might get a stutter. I mean, it's noticeable when it happens, but it's never caused me to die. And it's like it's not common whatsoever. You know, once every 3 runs, so maybe every 30 minutes, maybe. They have addressed it and they've said that they've got a patch out, but there's going to be a mini patch coming out in the next week, I think. But there's also going to be a major one in November. So I'll buy like no earlier than November. So quite a way to wait,
All
but
right.
you know, it's nothing that, you know, if that's bugging you, then get the stick out your ass, because it's not that it's not a big problem.
Do you get it if it's bugging you?
Yeah, I get it, because it's a bug.
Look, you got there. You got
Yeah.
there. You didn't need my help.
No. Just needs reminding. What are the games I've been playing? So yeah, apart from Persona 5 and Monster Hunter World, I don't think I've been playing anything else. Today I'm starting a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption, though. My favorite game of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah. It was this
Really?
it was this and Grim Fandango, and I recently played them both and thought, yeah, Grim Fandango's good for its time. And like, yeah, for its time, Grim Fandango was great. Now you look back on it and I wouldn't like to play that again without a guide. Like the first time I played it, I got stuck a lot, and then I would I remember going on holiday. I actually finished it in a holiday, and I took like 100 pages of A4 that I'd printed out when my dad didn't realize, and I'd sneaked into his room and printed out the guide for it, which was on, I think it was Game FAQs. Do you remember that website? Oh no, maybe it was that one.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was an IGN or something. I don't know.
Remember Game
I think,
Fact.
GameFAQs got bought by GameSpot, I think.
Yeah.
GameSpot or IGN bought them. They're not their own independent thing anymore.
I can't remember. Yeah, it was something like that. It was like the website. It was the website everyone went to for like game guides. And I
Yeah,
just
that was
printed out
it.
the entire thing, which hundreds of pages. And somehow sneaked it into when we used to go on holiday. My parents are teachers, and they used to love taking a caravan to the south of France and just chilling there for 7 weeks. And I used to be bored shitless, so I'd always have a video game.
7 weeks?
Yeah, 7 weeks.
I can't even be
Yes.
alive for 7 weeks at a time.
It was like awful. Like I would be
I would
happy.
sleep for 12 days.
I would dread going on like these holidays because it'd be just so boring. But yeah, I had Grim Fandango, and that helped a lot. I used to play Grim Fandango and Worms. Remember Worms?
I remember Worms, yeah.
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 With me and,
Yeah.
and my dad and my dad, my brother and I, we used to play a lot. And yeah, my dad's like, when I was retired, but he's a head teacher, very serious, a magistrate as well. And he used to get so pissed off playing Worms with us. Like if me and my brother would gang up on him, he'd get so angry. Brings out some, a side of people. But yeah, Nocturne Rise, yeah, I did play Destiny 2, and I'm taking a break from Destiny 2 until probably after Norway, because I love Destiny 2, but I played way too much of that. When the Solstice of Heroes thing came out, I ended up grinding for the purple armor, which I think it may be 10 hours just over 10 hours per character, and I did it for all 3 characters, and just like it was so repetitive, and just playing that.
Ooh.
It was great getting it, and oh great, I got the ship, but then I got the ship from a Whisper mission, which I've actually started using instead of the one that I got for leveling those 3 characters. But still, yeah, I've just played so much, I need to take a little break.
That's fair. That's fair. You were all up on Destiny 2's nuts for a little while there.
Oh yeah, and well, the expansion's coming out soon, so I'll be all over it again. All over those nuts.
Sorry. Viridian's comment in the chat. Is your dad a wizard?
My dad is a wizard, yeah. Oh. Well, he shook his magic wand and I appeared.
Wow.
I have to give you a high five. That was a good one. That was a good one.
I'm sorry.
Somebody clip that, please. Never let him forget that he said that.
Send it to his dad.
Braden's like, I'm gonna leave now. But yeah, apart from that, Monster Hunter, it's all gonna be Red Dead until Norway, because I'm going to Norway in 5 days.
Yay!
Nice.
What are you
So-
gonna do in Norway?
I am
You just
going
gonna hang out and not see anybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly into Oslo, and then I fly out of Oslo 5 days later, or 4 days. It's 4 nights I'm there. And in the middle, no plans just yet. I think with the Norwegian Thunder Boys going to possibly do an IRL stream, maybe, because it's the festival of their city. And
Oh, okay.
also, I think on the Tuesday, next Tuesday, I might be doing a stream with them. Not entirely sure, but yeah, I'm currently just waiting for confirmation. And then obviously I'm staying with Mellemannen. And
I was just gonna ask if you were going to see your life partner.
yes, we're going to be doing a stream together sometime this week and organizing things.
Yay!
So-
Nice.
Yeah, he's had a bit of other things to do during this time off, so it'll be fun to chat to him again. Apparently, he hasn't
Yeah,
got his mustache anymore.
What?
I know.
No.
Doesn't have the pussy
can't-
duster anymore.
No
I
pussy
can't
duster.
even imagine what he looks like without that.
I'm guessing
he looks like he's 4 years old.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. But no, that'll be. I can't wait, and obviously going to see like so many people. I'm going to end up seeing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm really excited for you.
Yeah, and I'm just like it seems to be like just an annual thing. Go to Norway, and I'm quite happy for it to be like that. There's so much.
Get drunk with the Vikings.
Yes. Maybe next summer go like really far north. You know, start off just like have a week or two holiday, just kind of traveling through it. Such a beautiful country.
See, now I'm jealous.
Yeah, me too. I'm jelly.
Hey, you've got Alaska.
I heard the question mark in there. Alaska?
Yeah. The only thing when I think of Alaska, I just think of Sarah Palin and polar bears.
Yeah, and seeing Russia from your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that
Yeah.
documentary, that person that died.
Wow, that's very specific.
That was.
I know
Like-
exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, I was just gonna say you have to clarify for me.
No, I don't. I have no idea what he's talking about.
There's a movie
'cause,
where a guy who thinks, "Oh, I'm gonna get in." It might be called something like Into the Wild. But he goes,
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
based on a true
Mm.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
that kid that
Okay.
went out and yeah, that was really sad.
"I
You don't
got
go out into Alaska
No.
by yourself.
things." I watched that
No.
movie. I watched that movie and I thought, "Oh, it's trying to kind of make us sympathize with the boy and like how he's really cool. He wants to go back, you know, to the wild, to his roots." I just thought, what a dick. Why is he doing that?
What a dumbass.
Yeah,
Stupid
exactly.
kid.
I mean, in fairness, you don't walk down the street in Alaska by yourself. You will get eaten by an
Yeah.
eagle,
A
a
grizzly.
bear,
Exactly.
a moose.
Yeah.
why
A
don't
salmon will jump out of the river and bludgeon you to death. Like,
why go
Well,
back to
now
the wild?
listen, it's not Australia, all right? Not
No.
everything
let's
wants you
not
to
get
die.
crazy.
But yeah. So I don't recommend that movie. It was boring, and well, he died at the end, so it had a happy ending, I suppose.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Even though it's based on a true story. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all our games we've been playing. Should we go into the hot topics?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Get our hot takes. Let's sort this shit out.
Astral. Hey, oh my, getting eaten by a bear. Oh.
Oh.
Ooh,
First
alright.
topic.
Astral.
By the way, guys, if you do have questions, put them in the chat. We'll add them. If you have any normal questions. First. Oh,
Aw.
I can hear Flighty's pussy from
Very
here.
chatty.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Hungry. Ninja Lady drama. So
Ninja lady drama, yeah.
Ninja is channeling his Mike Pence. Apparently, he can't stream with. He says he doesn't stream duos or squads with ladies because he claims that he doesn't want his girlfriend or wife, from receiving questions about or like ludicrous, like
Yeah.
invented crap.
My doctor
Yeah.
told me that I can't roll my eyes anymore, or else my eyes would pop out of my head. But I just want you to know that that's what I want to do right now.
Yeah, I have opinions on this too. Like, how fragile does one's marriage have to be to not be able to withstand playing video games with the gender that you have a sexual preference for? Like, I mean, it's sexist. It is super, super, super sexist. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, I can't even imagine how ridiculous it would be for Snowlush to come up here and be like, "Hey, Daganmar, I don't want you to play with gay guys anymore." You know, it's like, and why would he? Why would he care?
Yeah, like,
You know, I mean,
like, you don't own somebody just because you married them or that you're in a relationship with them. Like, get the fuck out their business.
yeah.
Those belong on the show. I'm not sure if I'm the only polyamorous person here, but that's basically my opinion too, is that like it's none of your damn business who I play with. I love my husband dearly. I love all of my partners dearly, but like it's none of their business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not polyamorous, but I mean, I can't remember much that happened last night, so who knows?
You could be now.
Yeah. I haven't checked all the rooms in the house yet.
I think that I think that like the prescription here is not avoiding playing with women. It's maybe going to see a marriage counselor.
Mhm.
You know, if it's gotten to that point where like, you know, your marriage is going to be in trouble if you play with a woman, then you should probably be seeking professional help and trying to repair your relationship, because there's something definitely wrong there.
But he said it was because of he didn't want his he didn't want there just to be an endless amount of like rumor videos and stuff out there. Not that, and like she would be hounded, not like that she would actually believe any of them.
Well, yeah, but if she wouldn't believe any of them, then who cares?
Yeah, why would it matter?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I think the unspoken thing there is that maybe she would care, because that would be the only thing that would modify his behavior, right? I don't know, like the cynical part of me says that this is just that's an excuse. The whole wife being like getting jealous thing or whatever, this is an excuse, or being hounded by rumors, whatever. That's an excuse for what I think is just maybe he is possibly sexist. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in his head, but it seems like that's a real possibility.
Maybe he's uncomfortable speaking to women.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like that
sorry,
he doesn't know.
Sorry, say that one more time for
So
me.
maybe he's uncomfortable speaking with women that he doesn't know.
I mean, if you don't know how to treat women like people, I can definitely see how that would.
Dalek
I
says,
definitely understand that.
Dalek says, does this mean Ninja will never play games with a gay dude just in case people think he's gay all of a sudden? Is that a stupid excuse?
That's a good point, right?
That's a good one. That's a good one there, Dalek. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Yeah.
I think he only plays with straight white dudes, because if he starts playing with black dudes, people are gonna start thinking he's black all of a sudden. So
Well, he does use the word, doesn't he? He's taken the words.
oh my god. Don't let me get in the room with that motherfucker.
No.
Don't let me do it. Don't let me do it.
I mean, I don't think I follow him anymore. I did follow him for a bit. I don't mind his streams. I think it's kind of like chill to watch. He's not.
I don't find him entertaining. I tried to watch a few of his streams to see what all the hubbub was about, and like it's just not my thing. Like I'm really happy for him that he's found so much success and he has like a crazy giant community and everything, but it's not for me.
Doesn't have a green
honestly,
screen.
I think Ninja is like a safe haven for like white video game dudes, which I know is kind of this weird paradoxical thing, because all of video gaming is a safe space for like white hetero dude.
Yeah.
But Ninja seems to be like an anchor for all of that because he's like the big name.
Did you see there was a video going around of this girl who? Oh, where is it? Let me see if I can play the audio from it. You won't be able to see it, but you'll hear the audio. It was a streamer a female streamer, and she's where is it? But she was playing, and then I think she must have just done some duos or something that with random people, and this like 12-year-old kid came in and was just really. Oh, here we go. I'll play it so you guys, I mean, if you want to listen to the stream, you can hear. But you missed the beginning of it where he says, where the kid says, "Oh my God, is that you? I beat my meat to you." He said this 12-year-old kid said to this really popular female streamer, and then also I'll play the rest of it.
Are you a myth? A thing? Not a thing? I've seen the video.
I'm gonna sit on my hand so I don't punch my monitor.
Okay.
A bit, yeah. The myth is black. So
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why you're mentioning
yeah,
it.
there's nothing wrong with that, but like since he's black, he can run faster than me, and so
Oh,
maybe
sorry.
that attracts you in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, yikes, dog. If you keep talking like that, I'm gonna have to mute you.
So yeah, cringe. Hey, did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
It's like
that was.
Why would? But that's like one of the good reasons why it's great to have people like women and people from all backgrounds and all all races and all genders on there, just so that people can actually call them out and say, hey, don't say that, don't do that, because it's just
Right.
it's so toxic on there. It was sorry, I couldn't get the volume any higher, unfortunately.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've learned something over I haven't been streaming for too terribly long. Probably at this point a little bit over a year, right? I have learned over the past year that I think that people forget that streamers are real live human beings.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, they just feel like they can say whatever they want to, like you're just an object and like you're not real and like you're just there only for their amusement. And to be fair, you are. Like, I stream for people's amusement, but I'm also a real live human being. I know that's super hard to believe.
Yeah.
But I am an actual person with real feelings, And I think that a lot of people forget that. And to be fair, I think it also sometimes goes in the other direction too. I think that sometimes streamers forget that viewers are real live human beings and sometimes say things to them that maybe shouldn't be said. So, but yeah, there's there's also that weirdness where Twitch, you're basically throwing yourself out there into the general public, and there's going to be all sorts of peculiar individuals coming in and talking to you and saying things to you, and it's sometimes really super inappropriate things are said, and it's just kind of goes hand in hand with what Twitch is and how it works and everything. But
It's also important to read the room, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I think well, that's kind of like the celebrity mindset, I think. I mean, I don't think any of us here are celebrities by any stretch of the imagination, but
not yet.
There's that like there's definitely that internet wall there, right? And then like if you see somebody who has an audience of any kind when you yourself do not have an audience, suddenly they have like this celebrity status in your mind. And that immediately kind of objectifies the person, because celebrities are objects for you to enjoy, right? They're not actual people who want like privacy and have feelings and stuff. So I think at least in Western culture, like celebrities are just that. And like people who entertain you are just that. They're there to entertain you, and that's it. That actually reminds me, when I do burlesque shows, we do our first act to kind of get everybody warmed up, and then we have the MC do a disclaimer. They tell you the rules of the show. And my favorite rule is don't fucking touch us, because we are not objects. We are there to entertain you, but we're still people and we like our personal space. So that's I think that kind of needs to extend everywhere, but it's difficult to kind of like be like, fucking treat me with respect and then like not violate people, because that's why I only have 6 viewers on my stream at any one time, is because I just tell people.
That's great. But the ones that you have, come back again and again and again because they like that about you.
I have such an amazing troll shield with my community. It's incredible. Like, I've had people come up in there and try to like talk shit to me, but like we just end up talking about boy butter, and like it kind of drags
Oh my god.
Somebody tried to come in and like clown on my like how bad I was at playing Half-Life 2 the other day, and we were probably talking about anal sex actually at the time, and then they just like they shut up after 2 comments and they probably left.
Like, nope, I'm out. Menace says, "You live in my computer. You cease to exist when I shut it down." I feel like sometimes the way viewers treat me, especially the randos that come in, and occasionally, sometimes regulars every once in a blue moon, I feel like that's how some people feel. It's a strange mentality. Dalek says, I'm scared that as Twitch has been getting bigger, the YouTube mentality is starting to take hold.
That's a really good point.
What does that mean, though? Like, YouTube mentality? Like, what is that? I mean, I know there's a bunch of, like, YouTube comments are toxic, but that's pretty much all I know about YouTube.
Totally
so, like,
wouldn't YouTube be good if they actually had, like, moderators that would delete offensive comments?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be?
Wouldn't it be lovely? I mean, Reddit, you know, one of the most successful websites, or the biggest, most visited website, you know, in the world, they get, you know, they manage to get things moderated, maybe not on all the channels, but, you know, they've got enough people that most subreddits that aren't full of hate, you know, can get moderated. And, you know, you can, I just don't understand why YouTube allows, like, such offensiveness on there. It just doesn't make sense why they've just let it grow and just keep going and keep going.
I don't know. I have something to say about this. It's a little bit the same topic, but not really.
Say it.
Yeah.
Okay. So YouTube during Pride Month did this thing. It was actually IGN's channel. They're doing a live stream on YouTube for Pride Month, and they were doing like a fundraiser. And I noticed that there was a lot of homophobia happening in the live chat comments. And it's just like, and like it was getting downvoted all to hell. And I was like, wow, like, I mean, I knew that like YouTube could be like toxic, but I didn't realize it was like this homophobic and like this, you know, and like, especially in this day and age, I didn't expect that, like it to be like that prevalent. But then I started to notice something, that like a lot of these people that were saying these homophobic things, they had like real names for their username instead of like what would obviously be a handle, like some random words and numbers or whatever. And like they're using real names. I'm like, that's interesting. And so I did some investigation. I did some investigative reporting here, Chad. All right. And I discovered something very peculiar. So these is all, like, I noticed that every single time there was a homophobic comment, it was coming from one of those users that had like a real, you know, first, last name type username. And I started taking their profile pictures and doing a reverse Google image search on them.
Yeah.
And they were actually coming up as completely different people, all from LinkedIn. So someone had scraped people's profile pictures from LinkedIn and then assigned random names to them. These were bots. All these homophobic comments were coming from bots. And I'm sitting there like thinking, now what the fuck? Like, why? Who would? And so then I started thinking, you know, there are these massive Russian troll farms that do try to influence public discourse on the internet. And I'm thinking, you know, what if they're trying to, you know, sow some homophobia into Western culture? You know, it's just a bunch of young people watching IGN, right? Maybe they're trying to influence them, trying to turn them more homophobic or something. I can't think of any other explanation for it. But I mean, I did this about 20 times before I gave up and just realized that all these assholes were bots. You know, and it was,
wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It's like I need a tinfoil hat or something, I feel like right now. It's just nuts. It's nuts. I mean,
well, see, here's the thing though. You don't need a tinfoil hat because you actually did some research. You don't need the hat if you do research. And research proves your point.
I love the answer in the chat says, does it need sewing? And it's true, but like the more the people that have those views, if they never see anybody else saying it, or you know and you're in a society where that's not acceptable, then you're gonna start to, you know, realize that, oh, okay, you're gonna maybe second guess, and your ways might change.
Feel
but
more comfortable.
If you if you go around and you see everybody's saying these really offensive things, and you might think, oh wait, I agree with that. I can say that as well. It definitely influences a bit.
I've actually been I've caught a bunch of like Twitter accounts from like mothers and fathers who consider themselves to be feminist. And they'll just kind of like let their sons in particular just kind of like watch YouTube.
Mhm.
And the YouTube recommendations, if you're a young white fellow watching like let's plays and like, you know, game related stuff, you're eventually going to find yourself on alt-right YouTube. And if you catch like, I've been so deep, I've been elbow
Oh
deep
no.
Knee deep.
elbow deep
Mhm.
in alt-right YouTube doing research for other things.
Oh,
And
no.
like if you come across one of these big personalities, it is so easy to just reach into a 12-year-old's mind
Yeah.
and implant the feminism is cancer quote. Because a lot of these parents were like, my son just literally walked down the stairs and said out of the blue, feminism is cancer. And then they had to do like 4 days of like heavy intensive parenting work to like talk to them about that and like kind of like not even remove the thought from their heads, but like teach them how to think critically about it. Like, so YouTube definitely seems to be a bit of the problem. And I think that that might be what you were getting at when you said that Twitch might be kind of feeling a little bit like YouTube, in that it's kind of like there's no like the filter is kind of going away since it's getting larger.
Have you? I've noticed as well. I don't watch TV really. I only watch YouTube. And as someone who studied politics, I really enjoy following what's happening in politics. In the UK, it's a little bit depressing. So I've been watching a lot of American politics. Like I watch CNN.
Because that's less depressing.
Well, it's not where I live, so it's fine. It's cool. I get to sit there with popcorn and watch it and think most of this doesn't really affect me. It's great.
Oh, okay,
And
okay, so it's far away. Okay,
so
I see.
I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of like CNN and so I watch The View. Great political program that Bill Maher. I kind of watch generally people on the left. I don't watch any Fox News, obviously, but whenever you leave those videos going, within like they'll always do an autoplay and then they'll do autoplay something else, and then it'll always go on to some kind of right-wing crazy dude like ranting or with conspiracy theories. It'll always go there. Like even if you've been watching The View or Jake Tapper or someone like that, it'll always end up autoplaying a few videos down the line. Some crazy right-wing conspiracy crap.
But Ben, how else are you gonna find out that the Earth is flat? You've
I
been
know,
lied
yeah.
to your whole
Oh, God.
life.
I did watch.
It's the evil liberal deep state that's teaching everybody that the Earth is round.
Oh, the deep state, yeah. I've been. I did last night when I had a few drinks at home and watched. Look how dumb Republicans, I think it was called. They went to like Trump rallies and asked them really basic questions, like how many stars are on or how many states are in the US, and she's like 18. Nope.
What?
Exciting. It's interesting. It's funny.
They were probably talking about the states that count, which are all of the South.
Yeah. Like,
shots fired. Come at me.
Like, where is India? Someone said, like, where is India? Mediterranean? Like, no. I don't understand how some people function. Lance says, hey, now. Oh, there was a shortage of tiki torches, so someone made a DIY video on how to make your own. Oh no, God, that's just asking for people burning down. But okay, so
basically, Twitch is a conspiracy. Moving on.
Yeah, what was the question again? So Ninja Lady, yeah. So ninjas need some counseling. I think that was the answer to the question.
Yeah.
Next question. Would you, as a streamer, this is from Miko, prefer to play a game that you want to play or games you know that people will watch?
Both.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that I want to play that I don't because I know it would be a terrible choice for Twitch. There's a bunch of games that my players want me to play that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Did I say players or viewers? And my viewers don't, they want me to play stuff that I wouldn't touch, right? And then there's a happy medium. There's a happy bit in the middle where, it's a game that I would enjoy, that I think my viewers would enjoy, that would be good for, channel growth and stuff, and that's what I end up playing.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of stuff. I love, for example, Crusader Kings 2. Like, fantastic game. Like, the emergent stories that come out of that game are hilarious. It's a lot of fun for me. I love the deep, grand strategy. But my God, that would be a horribly boring stream to watch. Just hours and hours of just stuff moving around on a map. No, I would not subject my viewers to that. I wouldn't subject my viewers to that. So it's a game that I don't have time to play video games off stream either. Like, I'm a busy dude, and so I literally have not played like one of my favorite games in over a year because it won't add up.
That's where, yeah, I've kind of forced myself to stream less recently. Like, this is my first stream since Thursday. I'm forcing myself to have a couple of days off and having a schedule where, I don't stream for more than like 5 or 6 hours, and having that little bit of time off so I can play games that I wouldn't normally stream or that won't be popular on stream, that I can just play like chilling on the sofa or with somebody else's stream in the background, is so much better. I think it makes the stream better because I'm going to be playing games on stream that I know will be fun to watch on stream and enjoyable. So what is a day off? Do you stream every day, Dagan?
Almost every day, yeah. I stream every day except for Friday, and sometimes I take Saturdays off.
But... Oh, that's me. I take Fridays and Saturdays off. But it's been good. Like, just Persona 5 is going to be one of those games I think I just play off stream because I enjoy it, but it's also a good game to just kind of sit back and relax and not really, think about it too much, but you don't have to be talking. Because another thing, like, that game is very, very text heavy or cutscene heavy, so you can't really interact with the chat too much. If I'm chatting with the chat, I'm not going to be pressing on because I won't be absorbing what's happening in the game. So yeah, I think it's a good mix, but it's also, yeah, it does benefit if you've got time. It does help if you've got time off stream to play some games that maybe wouldn't be that popular. Then you can just save the ones that are going to be popular, and you're able to chat with there's it's going to be kind of a vibrant chat going, keeping them for the stream.
I would love that. But here's my thing. I have all right, so I have my full-time job, right, which is definitely more than 40 hours a week because
whoa, I'm on 21.
Yeah, my job's like way too demanding. And then, I have to walk the dogs 3 times a day. I have to cook dinner every day. I have to, I do my streams like at least 4 hours, sometimes 4.5 hours on my scheduled days. But then I also have to do prep work for D&D since now I'm the DM because our last DM just quit mid-game.
Wow.
And I do a lot of video editing and that kind of stuff. I do our monthly clip reels, and I edit the D&D sessions, which I'm way behind on because I don't have any time in the day. And I'm also balancing all this time, and then I also have to, of course, spend time with Snowlesh. That's super important,
right?
And it's can I have maybe you all can work this out with me? Maybe I can get 6 more hours in a day. Can we make it a 30-hour day, maybe?
I think maybe you need to take it easy a little bit. That's what I think.
Yeah, I know. But I've been doing this for a long time. I've been going like this for over a year. And it's really busy for me. It works out. I'm not burning out, at least.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm at that threshold. If I took on any more work, I would for sure burn out. But it's I think what I'm doing is really good for my channel growth. I mean, in the past year, I've gone from 0 followers to almost 2,000. And so I think that I want to keep that momentum up. I would like to, at the very least, in the next 2 years or so, get partner. I think that my community deserves that. I think that they deserve having the extra emotes and all the other perks that come with being a partner. So, but yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't see myself slowing down any, but I do also need more hours in the day. So I don't know.
So do you find, because you are absolutely a creative person, do you find that you need that you need to be busy most of the time? Or is this just kind of like a product of you being dedicated to your work, your relationships?
That's a really good question. I will say that I have always had a really good work ethic.
Okay.
Like I've always been a hard worker. Like I was that guy, like, 16 years old going to Target to get a job,
Right, yeah.
and I've been working ever since. I think that, yeah, naturally I think that I tend to gravitate towards like taking on as much work as I can, not necessarily because I want to do that, but more because I feel a need to be productive, I guess.
Okay. I definitely I feel that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of work though. It's funny, when you see people streaming, you're like, oh, I can do that. Streaming, that's easy. Just sit in front of a camera and play video games. Oh, I got this. But there is so much more that goes
like
into
10%
streaming.
of it, honestly.
Yeah, right? It feels like it.
I'm being generous with that 10% number too.
It feels like it. There's a lot that has to happen off stream in order to be successful on Twitch.
Yeah. Mika says, you're moving away from my question. About the games that sorry, Mika. About the games that we play. But I think we said, yeah, as a streamer, do you prefer? I mean, you always prefer to play games you want to play, but also, yeah, if you play a game that people are going to be watching, you're going to enjoy it more as well, because you're going to have an active chat there, and people are going to be like, you can be playing a game that you enjoy, but if your chat hasn't moved in 30 minutes, you'd be like, oh, well, I may as well just play this on the sofa with a bag of crisps and not care about looking what I like, trying to look good or anything. So
I guess it depends on what kind of expectations you have for yourself and for your chat. Like what kind of experience you as a streamer are looking for. Because I really enjoy the Half-Life games. But part of the reason why I decided to do them on stream is because they still have a really huge fan base, which is largely, I think, nostalgia based. And I think that might be where I get my most viewers, is when I play like these older games. Like I got a lot of new viewers when I was playing System Shock 2. That game does not hold up well graphically. not even a little bit.
Yeah.
But and then I played Black Mesa instead of Half-Life 1 because I had quite enough of those PS1 graphics. Let me tell you what. But a lot of and that's kind of that viewer fluctuation where they come to see you for the game, not for you. So those are the people who come and go. They're not going to come and watch me play Warframe. They're there to see Half-Life 2. Yeah. So that's definitely it's kind of, it definitely depends on the experience that you're looking for.
I found that as well with as a variety streamer who's always playing different games. You get people that come in and they'll stick around while you're playing a game, but then you never see them again when you switch games. So you build up followers.
Right.
I'm really lucky. I've got 2,000 over 2,000 followers, 2,200 followers, and it's great. But my viewers sometimes for 30 minutes there'll be nobody in the chat. It'll just be completely dead.
Yeah.
And it's so you get people, you get the followers, but you don't necessarily get the people chatting. And having people come back, I'm looking at you, Neuroxin, and other Enrico and people in Viridian, you guys that when you come back and you're there just chatting, that means 10 times more than 10 follows or something like that. It's much better if you're playing a game, I think, for interaction rather than just for follows. I know some people do, but then there's a good, as I think Dagan said, or having both really helps, and that's actually one of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to playing Red Dead Redemption, because it's a great game. I love playing it. It's chilled in a way that you don't necessarily need to just really intensely follow the story. You know what the story is. You need to go and save some people, or you got to kill some people. It's one of the two. And also people love that game as well.
Yeah, Neuroxin says, I think if the streamer is enjoying themselves, that it shows and makes the experience more fun for everyone involved. And I 110% agree with that. I will not play a game that I know I won't enjoy. I won't do it, even if my chat is begging me to. I had a lot of people ask me to play, for example, Monster Hunter World. And I knew that, as I know a lot of people were enjoying that game and it was like really big on Twitch and everybody was watching it, but I knew I would not enjoy it. It was not my type of game. And so I just didn't touch it.
Yeah.
You know? Because if I'm sitting there bored out of my mind playing a video game, that energy is going to leak into chat and everyone else is going to be, you know? So.
Yeah,
that's when you start talking about anal sex. That's how you keep them around.
The opposite truth. The stream is miserable. It also shows in the stream. Yeah, and people go, and I don't have my viewer numbers on my. I've got that hover to view thing, so if I want to, I could just like hover over and see how many I've got. But like when I'm feeling a bit lethargic or I'm feeling like my energy is going down, I just know the second I'll be like, I bet that I've dropped like 5 viewers or something. I guarantee that, because like my energy is going down, and 99% of the time it always has. Like it's like it does leak that you've got no energy or you're not enjoying it. Sex Hunter World.
Anal Sex Hunter Worlds.
Wow.
Thank you for your contribution. Happy
Leave it to Hansel.
It took Ship and I months to come. Yeah, that's nothing. Dead by Daylight, I just know I wouldn't enjoy that game. But it took them months to convince Dagan to play it. So compromised and did it for Halloween.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a test run of it in September, and then we're gonna play it a little bit for community night in October.
Oh. Yeah, that's another reason why it took me a while to finish Resident Evil 7. Because I was like, I'm not in the mood to play that. I'm not gonna play it if I'm not in the mood for it. And that's another Halloween thing. I'm going to play through the whole game again in VR for Halloween.
That's kind of how I'm feeling about Celeste a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
I don't usually enjoy games like that. However, I have something to prove, A. Because I do believe we have a bet going on there.
Yeah.
And B, like, I don't know, if you like slip too deep into a comfort zone, I think that might maybe be slightly detrimental. That might be up for debate when it comes to playing video games for an audience, though. But I definitely I try to expand my library of games as much as possible, which is how I came to play the game Republique and how I learned that I hate that game and I hate everything that it stands for, because there's a weird history behind it, and I'm gonna blow that shit wide open.
Please do. I'm ignorant of the history. What happened?
So Republique actually started as a mobile game because it's very like touch tap sort of. You just click on things, and I think it costs like $5 or so to play it on whatever mobile device. But then they released it for PC, and suddenly it was $20. And now they've re-released it, and now they've re-released it for PS4, and suddenly it's $60. And now they're coming up with a VR version, which you absolutely do not need for a point-and-click game.
Were they adding anything to the game when they were doing these price increases?
Not a damn thing. They're just changing the platform. I'm busting this shit wide open. This shit is ridiculous. About to call these motherfuckers out. But like, I tried. I was like, okay, I think there were maybe like 4 or 5, maybe 6 episodes or something like that. I got through the first episode and I was like, this is not the incredible like socialist revolution experience I was looking for. It was actually kind of masturbatory and like just boring.
Oh.
Masturbation, you say?
Masturbatory.
Not the good kind, unfortunately. It was the really sad kind that you do after a breakup. Like,
oh dear, oh no.
Just me and my hand now.
Crying and jerking, the tear and jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm laughing because it's true.
Don't you always cry after?
Say again?
Don't you always cry afterwards, or is it just me?
Oh God!
Not always. Always.
Dallas said I thought I would hate Detroit Become Human when Dagan started it, but it's become my favorite game we stream this year. So sometimes you've got to take a chance. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Same with Dead Cells for me. Like Jordan's actually in the chat, and I always used to roll my eyes every time I heard Metroidvania roguelike game. I'd be like, oh god, here we go. It's one of those games that's everybody's Metroidvania or it's a roguelike, and then someone's like, "Oh, this is a Metroidvania roguelike." I'm like, okay. And then I saw a few reviews, and everyone was saying how great it was. I thought, I'll give it a go, and yeah, I'm absolutely loving it now. So yeah, sometimes take a risk. But for every Dalek, there's a me who completely checked out for Detroit, says Ridian. Yeah, I was not. I mean,
you can't make everybody happy. That's another thing. It's not just, choosing between a game that you like and a game that's going to be good for streaming, that's one thing. And then especially when you have a small community, you're going to have people dip out for certain games that you play. Like, it might be because either they don't enjoy the game. It might actually be because they plan on playing the game for themselves and they don't want spoilers, which is really common.
Yeah.
And so it's just something that's gonna happen. A lot of your core community, the people that come to your stream day after day, they're gonna come back. After you're done playing the game that they don't want to watch you play.
Yeah,
that's just the curse of being a variety streamer.
Virginia says that's a good prompt for question. How do you handle? Yeah, I think that's pretty much what you answered there. How do you handle knowing that you can't make everyone happy? You just don't.
Yeah, there's no handling it. There's just something. You just fact of life.
But if you're gonna play a game that absolutely everybody that regularly watches you stream will hate, then yeah, maybe you don't. I'll play that off stream. But yeah, your enthusiasm really helps, and some of my highest, most viewed streams or streams with the highest number of viewers have actually just been me playing Destiny, which is quite surprising. But because I really enjoy it and I get really into it and start shouting and swearing sometimes, maybe that energy passes on. And I've actually made quite a few friends by doing it. And we've got the raid groups going, and yeah. You can play, but then I know a lot of people hate Destiny. So when I switched over to Destiny, they're like, "Oh, great, you're not playing Destiny." So, yeah.
I am still deeply perplexed as to why my most viewed stream and my most viewed VOD is the one where I spun yarn for 4 hours. Just sat there,
just chilling, it's relaxed.
That was the very first introduction to Boy Butter.
Oh,
into my Twitch life. I was looking over the VODs the other day.
My most watched. Sorry, yeah.
I was going to do a super cut of all of the Boy Butter adverts that I've done. So I think we're looking at about a 45-minute video right there.
Wow. Looking,
Get at me, Boy Butter.
Looking at my the YouTube channel, the most viewed playthrough I've got on there is Metal Gear Solid, when it's me kind of insulting it and being rather derogatory about it while playing it. And I think, let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that most people, I'm not actually Hitman for some reason. I'm pretty sure that most of the people that have commented on it are insulting me for some way, and it's been downvoted. Oh no, it hasn't been downvoted actually. But yeah, I got kind of potentially good playthrough ruined by shitty Twitch sounds and the other guy ruining everything before it happens. Because John, I was looking forward to watching this, but then I saw you were playing on easy, so nah. Play Metal Gear Solid Dawn 2 on normal, and I might stop by.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. That's YouTube for you, though.
Fuck out my face.
Yeah. Yarn. Yeah, it was Yarn. Have you ever played Unraveled?
I'm here for Dagon until he gets ugly, then I'm out.
Yeah, I saw that.
You're in it for life.
Doesn't last forever.
I'm going to go ahead and high-five myself for that.
Yeah, the people, it's funny, the people on my mom's side of the family, they age very gracefully, very well. On my dad's side of the family, not so much. So I don't know which genes I got more of.
Yeah.
I am a wild card. We will see. We will see.
Just don't start smoking and don't go to war or something, and you should be fine.
Yeah, working on that.
I'm just dreading the day when I get my grey hair. It's weird because my grandfather, one of my grandfathers, he has the odd grey hair now, but he's sort of in his late 80s and he doesn't have grey hair. And neither does my grandmother. And on the other side, they went grey in the 30s, properly, fully grey. So I'm just which one am I gonna get?
You're so anxious.
Yeah.
Now that you're 30, you're waiting.
And I found one grey eyebrow hair. It was really weird. Just one grey eyebrow hair. And I was like, oh no, it's starting.
You know what though, Ben? I think you could pull off the whole Anderson Cooper thing and look fucking sexy as fuck.
Silver Fox.
To be honest, if I
Yes.
started going a bit grey, I would go the whole hog.
Yeah. Yeah, just
I'm
you
so
know,
hungover.
bleach it, go to platinum.
Yeah,
You know,
Oh.
yeah.
get a bit of a tan.
No,
Yeah.
stop.
No, don't do the
forbid it.
tan.
No.
Don't
forbid
do
And you look
the
like Philip Schofield, which no one would know. Yeah, we'll do the silver fox thing. You do a good silver fox, Dagan.
You think so?
Well, you're a furry
yeah.
as well, so it helps.
Wow.
See,
I get it now. Too long
We
is always the answer.
got really far into the podcast before that got mentioned. I'm very impressed with everybody.
yeah. Somebody did
I'm not a
mention it.
furry, damn it.
That needs to be a sound clip. Not a furry, damn it.
I actually I have something to show you guys. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Is his furry costume?
Is he gonna come back pantsless? Because I'm into it.
I think he already has been.
No, I went to, you know what? I'm gonna be right back.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm going to go this way now.
he
I
can't.
lied. I'm gonna go this way.
He can't stand up on stream, as you know. Stream boxes.
This is gonna be a really fun part of the podcast to listen to if you don't have video. Just like
Astral
get them
says. Astral says, "I like a nice bald man."
ooh, shave it, Ben.
Oh no,
Not just your head.
my head wouldn't suit being bald. It's too big. Have you ever seen the wrestler Kane,
Yes.
who's now been voted mayor of a county in Tennessee or somewhere? But yeah, he doesn't
Isn't
suit
that
bald.
something else? Isn't that something else though?
Well, yeah.
He's not the first wrestler to be elected to public office here.
No, one of them's been stuck in the administration. Well, the wife or the CEO, Linda McMahon's now like in charge of small businesses. She's gone from running the WWE, but apparently I've heard that she's not doing a bad job. So,
Well, as long as you're doing a good job. Oh
What
my
is that?
gosh.
So I went to DEF CON, and apparently there is a furry culture happening at DEF CON called DC Furs, and they had these electronic badges they're handing out. And watch this. When you boop the nose,
Oh my god.
and you can change it to do like different things. So like, and you can actually program it too. So like there's a USB port,
wow.
micro USB, and then so you plug it in, and they have like this website where you can go, or you can upload a script or something to it, and it'll actually load up whatever you have like programmed onto it into there. You just drop it as a file on here, and then it reads it and processes it and like does whatever you want on the lights. It's like super freaking cool.
That is fucking incredible. Holy shit.
Your
Oh no,
eyes.
with the little eyeballs. That's incredible.
I saw these when I was walking around DEF CON. I was like, oh, gimme. Where do I get one?
Oh, it's a slippery slope, Dagon.
People in the chat
I
love
know.
it.
I will not disclose how much I had to yiff to get one of these.
You have to yiff? Is that an American
Don't
thing?
ask. Don't ask.
Four yiffs.
It's a furry thing. I don't know.
Oh,
I actually did have to go to a furry party to get it. Like, no lie, I had to socialize with a whole bunch of furries.
You had to do some deep recon.
Yeah. There's actually some photographic evidence of this too.
Oh.
I think it's gone from being a joke to actually serious, isn't
Real
it?
life.
Yeah.
That's where the best jokes come from. Is
Yeah.
when they talk about real life.
No smoke without fire and all that. Should we go to the next question?
Let's do it.
All right. Have we talked? No, we haven't. About the new Twitch category category system. I'm so hungover. And the elimination of the communities function being replaced by tags. And if we think this will affect LGBT viewers, finding LGBT streamers, and safe spaces on Twitch. Oh. Well, I don't know much
So-
about this.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm pulling something up here. There's actually an article written by Engadget. Let me see if I can. Yeah, here it is. All right. So here's the thing. Here's my big thing with this is that like when I say this, I'm not going to be talking about like my viewers in general, like people coming in like my viewer account or anything, but like my core stream community, the people that, you know, come to the stream day after day, who are always here, who have been here for, you know, like a good chunk of my my time on Twitch. I would say that over 75% of them, over 3/4 of them, found me through the LGBT community.
Absolutely.
And I was streaming to a room of 0 people for weeks and weeks and weeks until people from the LGBT community found me through the LGBT community. And so I am very concerned with them nixing the community feature and replacing it with the tag feature, because according to Engadget, I'm going to get a quote for you guys here. The new system will allow streamers to categorize their pages from a predefined set of tags. Some will also be auto-generated by Twitch as well, like genre and specific in-game features. So my concern is this predefined set of tags, is LGBT going to be one of them?
Oh, I guarantee it. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wonder, and somebody said,
like
I wonder if it would be like more subsects as well of it. So you could have that LGBT, but you could also have, I don't know, feminist. Oh, that'll be a good one to go and look through.
I would really like to like get a hold of more of my fellow bi streamers, because like there is the unfortunate like saying of bi invisibility. Like a lot of people, when they come to me from the LGBT thing, they automatically assume that I'm a lesbian, which I'm 100% okay with, but I also like to have that like disambiguation, because lesbians get at me, wink, but like I like people to also be aware of the identity that I have chosen for myself. So I also remember, I'm trying to find, I think I put it in Ben's Discord with the link to the article that I found. They said that they were going to work closely with some LGBT streamers to kind of come up with some sort of quote LGBT approved tags, so people don't like come up in there with some stupid shit like transgendereds or like something just really right like that, something like cringy like that. So I'm hoping that they will like work really closely with people who are embroiled in the LGBT community, so that it doesn't like.
They seem like they would. I mean, you saw what they did for the Pride Month, which was right.
Yeah, like Twitch isn't homophobic. Like the Twitch company is not homophobic by any stretch of the imagination. I was more concerned about like them omitting something like that just out of like, oops, we forgot kind of thing, you know? And it's, I am going to be curious to see how the tagging system like works out, because like the LGBT community, I feel like really is a community on Twitch. Like almost all the LGBT streamers, we all know each other, you know? It's, you know, it's going to be, I don't know. I'm hoping it's more of just like a nomenclature change. You know, they're changing the name from communities to tags, and it's mostly going to work the same way, except people can't just create random tags. I'm hoping that's kind of how it works, but I'm hoping that also the predefined tags are going to be robust enough to be able to, you know, be inclusive and you know. I just want people to be able to find me, and for me to be able to find other streamers that I enjoy. That's the bottom line. I guess time will tell if that works out or not.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more positive I would say I am about it, because it like my streams are very chill. I often get people saying, "Oh my god, I like you're the chillest. This is like the chillest stream I've ever been in." So the second you go onto the chill community, it's like, oh, there's 27 different chill streams or chill streamers or streams that chill or just the word chill or chill zone. And it'd be nice to just have one on there, although I'm sure that'll just be, you know, totally flooded with people. But also, what about like location based ones? I like those communities. I actually started the Barcelona community, so people who are like local can actually be in that community and maybe get to know people. That I wonder if they'd get rid of that. UK streamers might be one thing there, but I hope they kind of keep ones like city-based or maybe state-based over there.
A lot of people use them. I'd be very surprised if those tags didn't show up. But like, how would they like, how are they going to segment it out? Is it going to be like by country, by region? You know, it's like, I don't know. That's going to be a lot of tags if they go too granular there.
Mm.
But your chat is killing me with the gays.
The gays.
Yes. No joke, Ben. The way that I found you is I was actually looking for UK streamers because I basically operate on a third shift. I'm a night owl, so I was looking for.
Yeah.
I basically have to look for Europeans to like actually hang out with and chill with. So that's how I found you. Not through the LGBT community.
No.
I also have a thing for accents from the UK and Ireland. So.
That's really strange. Somebody else said that they found me through UK streamers as well, but I sucked that on. In fact, I haven't even got it on right now. Maybe I should do, but yeah, I know a couple of people that found me through the UK streamers tag. Maybe I should go and I'm going to go change it now. Yeah. If I got a flighty from it, then it must be good. But yeah, like right now,
so
there's nearly 14,000. Yeah, I need a few more flighties.
I would like to find more of my people. You know.
Yeah.
Astral Fairy says, I want a trans tag. And you know what? I would really like that too for people who choose it, because I would really love when I'm not streaming to go hang out in trans communities. And when somebody comes and acts a fool, I would love to be part of that like front line there to kind of help them out. Because I hate it when I go into like a trans person's stream and there's like 6 people there and like they get like a shit raid from somebody and like there's nothing you can do but just wait for your bot to time everybody out or to like I feel like with marginalized communities you definitely like I would like to be able to find these people just so I can like be supportive as well.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a marginalized community. I think on Twitch, it's really, really bad. I mean, like they are a huge target for some of the nastiest people on Twitch to just go and just try to make someone's day super shitty. And it's really awful. You know, I mean, a lot of trans people, a lot of my trans friends, they get enough of that IRL, just walking around in their daily lives. You know, like they don't need to also be getting that on Twitch when they're trying to have a good time, you know?
Right.
It's really upsetting.
Astral Ninja, I'd like your accent if it was thicker. If what was thicker.
Right.
What
would you like? What would you like to be thicker?
Hey. Tobe says they are a complete accent whore. Go after the accent.
High fives.
Yeah. I never understand why people go out of their way to give people a hard time. Yep.
Yeah.
They're having a shit
Trolls
time.
have too much time on their hands.
That says I'm worried that new LGBT, they won't be able to find safe spaces as easily and be scared off Twitch because a vast portion of it isn't LGBT free. Yeah, I mean, you just go and look at when Twitch posted the Pride thing, like the amount of abuse it was getting. And yeah, like I posted when they announced that they were doing the Pride month with the cheers and the new emotes. I posted it on the Twitch subreddit, and I actually got my first ever and only Twitch gold. Reddit gold from just posting that. But like the mod said that they had to delete pretty much a third of all comments.
Oh my god!
Wow!
I had so much fun going into that to naysayers.
You did really well in there, Flighty.
So
you were really winding them up. It was fantastic.
Oh man, it was so good. See, and that's who was it who just said they don't understand people who go out of their way? That was you, Tobes. I will never understand why people go out of their way to give people a hard time. Well, let me tell you. It's so you can wind them up, and I think that goes both ways for like people who are actively being harmful and for those of us who are spiteful towards people who are being harmful. Because I actually that reminds me, there was one guy who was commenting on the what's that one video that you, myself, and Jordan had that really great conversation.
Oh, about the lady that was fired from ArenaNet, Jessica Price.
That's the one, yes. And then somebody came up in there and was like, I could only watch 10 minutes because da 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 da.
Feminazi.
Oh man, that was so fun goating that guy. I think we left off on him like, I don't know, crying piss and me being concerned. Like it went off the rails really fast.
There's actually the most watched video we've got of Click Click Play. It's just that the arena, because I separated it out from it. So we've got the actual podcast, but also we've got that on as like separate 50 minutes. And yeah, we've had 126 views. But yeah, 5 upvotes, 3 downvotes. To the lady, 12 minutes 35. Women literally get told how to do their jobs. And what? She doesn't think guys get the same things and it thinks it's exclusive to women. There was a time womansplaining as opposed to mansplaining was a thing, and it was better known as a woman's nagging, like Marge Simpson. So when she says women were conditioned to stay silent and take it, it's just BS. I, as a dude, been told how to do my job several times over by a man or a woman and had to stay silent and know when to voice my opinion. Jesus.
Several times.
Oh my god.
Single tear. You see that?
Dear me. And then, yeah, you started talking about, you said, oh, your tears sustain me. And he says, it's not tears, it's piss. I'm not sure you can tell the difference because I'm pissing all over the fake reality and SJW feminist BS. And then you replied with, wait, your tear ducts excrete piss? Jesus Christ, see a doctor, pal. And the troll replied with, who said my piss was coming from my tear ducts? I'd simply said you'd mistaken my tears for piss.
Oh my
I see you have reading and comprehension issues along with a piss poor comeback and a failed. You're like, was it failed? Because here we are still talking about you crying piss. Please see a doctor.
Still haven't heard back. I'm really disappointed. I was hoping he would fire back.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway, if you need me to troll your trolls,
yeah,
just slide me DM. I'm there for you.
Brilliant. Yeah, Astral, that sounds amazing. And so Astral says identifies as genderqueer and wants to start getting into makeup and wearing more genderqueer. Do it. Yeah, mate. I wonder if that would be I wonder what tag they would use for that. But is there a time frame for when this tag thing's going to happen?
I heard September. I don't know where I heard that from, but I heard September.
Relatively soon. Like I think they were going to start rolling it out in like groups.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they're
like a couple of months.
Yeah, they're rolling out the new UI already. Have any of you seen that?
No, this is what you yeah, you posted this. I can put it on the stream.
I don't have it myself, but a couple of my viewers have the new UI, and they had complaints.
Oh yeah.
Well, the first thing they noticed was that communities weren't visible anymore, and at the time we didn't know that they were getting rid of communities. We just thought it was an error.
Okay.
But also there's other issues like the title's not visible unless you're mousing over the video. There's a couple other strange things. Other than that, I don't really have like major issues with the new UI. It's just strange. But yeah, like when I first saw the UI, I freaked out because I thought, oh shoot, they forgot to include communities. And like that's how I jump around in the LGBT community is I just click the LGBT thing on people's streams because I'm already watching an LGBT streamer.
Right.
You know, I don't use a search function to get to it.
I wonder how you can. Is there a way to like opt into the new one or?
I was looking at my settings and I don't think so. This is actually a really common thing for these companies to do is they'll like roll it out to like 3% of users, and if there's no issues, then they'll roll it out to like 6%, and then like 12%, and then they do this staged rollout until everybody has it.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have it yet, and I don't have a way of enabling it, so far as I can tell.
Neroxin says, to be fair, users already complain about UI. Yeah, it's true.
Does Twitch have an opt-in like beta option? I don't know how often they like improve things.
Last time they did a major UI change, they did. You could go, do the beta, and then they also gave the option of going to the classic mode for a little while if you didn't like it. But it doesn't look like they're doing that this time, so far as I can tell.
Yeah, looking at the image that you posted, looks fine. I kind of like it, and I like the about and the videos, and I like that all kind of below the screen as well. So below the video, you can click about, videos, events, followers, following.
Is there a way to show it on stream?
Yeah, let me see. I'm trying to put it behind you, and then I've got to.
Okay.
Let me show you guys this. So there we go.
It's like, oh, are you trying to see it? Let me just.
There we go. So there you can see it. So you got there. It's like you can't really see it very well. About, videos, events, followers, following. You got like your schedule and everything there. Obviously, the screen at the top. There's no name of it. It's all on the left where your logo is.
It does look cleaner, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It looks a lot cleaner,
I
I
think-
think.
I quite like it. Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of room for followed channels. You know how it should like right now for me it's showing followed channels that are live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I rely on that a lot to see, like, if I'm watching one person and I don't always notice the notification that comes up, I'll be like, oh, hey, look at that, so and so streaming, and I'll like open a new tab for so and so.
Right.
That
yeah.
go follow that so and so people.
Right, absolutely. That's how I always find like my people to raid and host is I look through my followed list first.
Mhm.
Something that I would actually like to see Twitch do is allow me to categorize the people I follow, because I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm biased. I would really love to like put all of my LGBT fam in a category and give them
Can I
priority
label us?
when I'm looking for people to host. And then kind of move on to like, like move on to my fellow people of color, and then kind of like give those people priority over anybody else because we need it the most. So
What
Yeah.
happened to the like subscribe channels list? Like that was separate, wasn't it?
yeah, and they like put it up on the top in a little box there.
Yeah, so your followed channels was on one, and then above that it was like subscribed channels. That disappeared.
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever had that.
No, maybe it wasn't popular. But it would be, yeah, but I would only look at the sub channels. I'd be like, well, I'm not going to look kind of at the ones I've followed because, yeah, I can see I've got 4 people who I sub to that are streaming, so I'll go and hang around with them. So yeah, maybe there was a reason why not. Because now I go into whoever. I'm like, do I have sub to them? Click on them, and oh yeah, you need to renew or whatever. Yeah, there was a separate section, but it wasn't in the following page. It wasn't like twitch.tv/following. It wasn't separated there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Got another question. Oh, we did. Yeah, there we go. How do you handle being a supportive streamer friend when you have to take care of your own streamer shit at the same time?
That was from me. I wrote that.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, what do you mean by at the same time? Like,
So I have been having a hard time. I also am, I'm very busy. Not nearly as busy as certain other people present.
Not me.
But I have my own videos that I need to upload, I need to download, I need to clip things, I need to make videos, I need to do my own little self-promotion thing. And it's difficult for me to go and support my streamer friends, at least in the ways that I would like to. Because I would really love to go up in your chats and chat some more like I used to, but ever since I started doing more work for my channel, I'm not really able to do that, and it makes me a little sad. So is that a problem that y'all have? Is that do you have any solutions that work for you when it comes to that?
yeah, so I'll tell you what I do. Anytime you see me chatting on Twitch or in your viewer list, I am almost certainly doing something else at the same time, trying to multitask a little bit. I'll be working on video editing and I'll have the stream up on the background, right? And sometimes I'll be listening, and sometimes I'll jump in if I hear something oh yeah, I can totally talk about this, but oftentimes I'm lurking, and I think that as a streamer, your concurrent viewership super important, especially if you're not a partner yet, right? Just having that view up for the streamer is a big deal, a really big deal. If you want to support a streamer, sure, chatting is great, but the actual being there, having the player running, being counted in the concurrent viewers is huge. So yeah, lurkers, I love my lurkers. Y'all are great. And sometimes chat isn't super, it's hard to, you're right, it's difficult to do clean the house, for example, and participate in chat. That's probably not going to happen, and if I'm at work and on Twitch, if I'm in a meeting, I'm probably not going to be able to also be hearing what's happening on the channel and interact with chat at the same time, right? But anytime that I can, I will try to be listening and try to interact. and holy moly, my my I think the coffee like really super duper just got into my keyboard and it's typing G's all over the place.
No.
Oh,
Sorry. Anyway.
congratulating you, GG.
Yeah, GG, lots of GG everywhere. But yeah, no, I mean, just do what you can to support your. If it's just lurking, then lurk. If you can chat, then chat, but don't sweat it too much. I know I appreciate any support I get from my viewership, whether it's just lurking, whether it's chatting, whether it's like retweeting, whether it's anything. Like I support any of it. It's like I appreciate any of it. It's very supportive of me. So that I think, you know,
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Like you can't be in two places doing two things at once.
It's,
you know,
it's true, and it's unfortunate. And I think I might just be, because at the very least, I have no fewer than 12 tabs open with my friends' channels in them at any given time.
Interesting note. I don't think Twitch's backend stops counting you as a concurrent viewer after 8.
Really? That's
after
really
8
good to know.
streams.
All right, I gotta start picking out who my favorite 8 people are.
Your top 8, your MySpace top 8.
Oh Jesus, throwback. Oh, I think I might just be a little too hard on myself, because I do love like supporting people as much as possible, but I also like being that like person who's like bringing the anal sex jokes into people's chats.
Yeah, all welcome.
And I can't do that when I'm so busy all the time. And I guess I'm hard on myself as it is to begin with.
Yeah.
But especially when it comes to like me not being able to support people in the way that I think is ideal for myself. I don't expect other people to be to uphold my own standards, because I don't think that's fair. But that being said, it's not really fair to myself either. So lose.
I think I've been lately. I've been a bit burnt out. I've just been streaming pretty much all the time until I felt like ready to go to sleep. And recently, I've changed it so that I've got a set time when I start, a set time when I finish. And when I finish now is not the time. It's a bit earlier than when I would normally finish when I get a bit tired. So if I'm kind of still awake when I finish, it's great. Just, you know, maybe I'll play some games still off stream, but I'll also have like other streams up in the back. And having like 2 days off, which I now have on a Friday, Saturday, is giving me a bit more time to, you know, to go in there and to chat. Whereas before I was like, if I've got a free time, I'll go and stream. Okay, today I've not really got anything, so I'm just going to stream all day. And it was a bit dangerous doing that, because you just kind of fill your entire life with doing that. And if you're only streaming as well, you can't really go and end up chatting or, you know, hanging out in other people's chats. So regulating it, which I'm doing, and having specific times and specific days. I've tried to do this in the past and I've ended up like failing. But you know, this time I'm really going to try and make it work, because it's better for, you know, for your mental health. So you're not always streaming, you know, you can actually go out and do things. But also it's good for interacting with other people and not having to have that pressure of you're always streaming, you've always got to talk, because it drains you.
It really does. Even with like excellent communities like we all have, like being switched on, as it were, not turned on, switched on.
Well, speak for yourself.
When I'm streaming, I don't stand up on stream.
Contrary to popular belief, I am not always turned on.
No.
So yeah, it's definitely really exhausting.
Yeah. So just do that. Yeah. Have a time you stream, but leave some extra time for, do IRL stuff. But also, leave in some time where you can just go and hang out in other streams and chill and chat and steal ideas. That's what I do.
Oh yeah. I'm super guilty of that. All my best ideas were stolen.
Oh, me
just
too.
FYI.
Absolutely.
pretty much like 50,
shamelessly.
50% of all my sound effects are from a radio DJ I used to listen to when I was growing up. Like he used to use sound effects all the time, and that's pretty much where I got all mine from.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely have a clips reel as my BRB screen now. I don't remember where I got that. But I'm sure the person I got that from was very attractive.
Yeah.
all the best ideas come from attractive people, right?
Hey, sit up and listen. So the idea of farts. No, I stole the idea. Well, no, not the fart one, but some sound effects. I did take from. I think which one was? Yeah, the Willkommen, Bienvenue. This one.
Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome, come on in.
Yeah, that one's from. This DJ used to always play that. All right, well, I think that is the end of the show. It's flown by.
Jingle.
Sorry? Oh,
I didn't even have to do a jingle.
No, damn it. We need to get you singing next time.
Oh, damn it. Okay, hang on.
We're doing a goodbye jingle?
No.
Shouldn't have said that.
If I could, just real quick.
Can I? Oh.
Boy butter. I'm running out of slogans. So I'm gonna go with my favorite one. Because spit isn't lube, dummies. I mean it. Use lube, don't use spit. Don't use olive oil. Who was I talking to? Use olive oil.
Someone suggested olive oil.
That was the thing that they did.
Extra virgin,
ancient Greece, like, and that was fine back then. But like, yeast infections are a thing. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Greasy
Use boy
meat.
butter instead.
Roxanne says boy butter, also for fisting. Oh, that's the thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You this is a sample size though. You definitely want to get like the tub so you can like scoop it up in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because boys can't churn themselves.
Oh, Astral, you're the best. I love
Perfect. Yeah. Amazing. And so, Flighty, how can people find you? And when are you next streaming?
I may or may not be streaming tonight. I'll give it about a 80-20 chance in favor. But you can find me at twitch.tv/thatflightybroad. You can also find me on Twitter, THT FlightyBroad, because the character limit is stupid. Yes. So yeah.
All right, and Dagon, when and how can we find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Dagonmar in about 30 minutes for Dungeons and Dragons. And you can find me on Twitter at DagonmarTV. And here I am in chat. If you can't spell Dagonmar, there you are.
Sorry for laughing there.
People try to put Dragonmar all the time. They're like, why can't I find you?
Sorry, I snorted there. Demi says, I'll pass on the fisting. I don't want to wake up one day with my intestines in my pants.
Ooh,
prolapse is a real thing. You don't want that.
It really is. You need to work on your technique if that happens.
Yeah. Clench.
I think it might be too late at that point.
I have some documentation for you. If you would like more information, please slide in my DMs so you don't prolapse Uranus.
I think working on your technique needs to happen before the reconstructive surgery is required.
Clench. Nox says, I love these podcasts because Dagon's chat come. Yeah, Dagon, your chat are amazing. Thanks so much for sending them over here and joining us. Hopefully we'll get you on again soon. It's always a pleasure, never a chore.
Yep, I always enjoy being here. Just invite me whenever.
Definitely will. All right, I'm going to BRB for about 10 minutes, and when I come back, playing Red Dead Redemption. Woo, woo, woo. Great.
I'm sorry, I'm going to miss it. I love that game. I'm sad.
It's so good.
Over here.
Kind of tempted to stop. I don't know whether to start putting like my videos on YouTube. I'm not sure whether to or not, but maybe.
That'd be cool.
All right. Catch you later. Bye.